Welcome to Eat Right by George, the healthy cooking show showing you healthy can be delicious. And on today's show, I will be showing you a very economical pasta dish, which will only cost about $10. So today's show will be demonstrating how to make a healthy dish that is also very economical and very easy to make, because all you have to do is have a few ingredients and everything is made right on your stovetop. There's no baking required. So for this healthy pasta dish, you will need 4 green onions, which we're going to chop. You will need about a cup of mushrooms. You will need turkey sausage, olive oil, and something to keep the dish nice and creamy but still healthy, a little bit of Carnation evaporated fat-free milk. We can just use probably about a half cup, not too much, of the fat-free milk. So starting off, we're going to start off with olive oil, extra virgin. Pouring that into my non-stick ceramic ozeri pans. I want to start that off probably at medium-high, getting the oil nice and hot, but not too hot. Olive oil is a delicate oil, so if you cook it at too high of a temperature, it can burn a little bit. So you want to stay about a medium-high heat. And once that gets hot, you want to chop your green onions. And of course, when you're chopping green onions, you want to take the roots off. So I'm going to remove the roots. And I like to use onions in the beginning because they caramelize and they give off a little bit of a sweetness to the dish. And I also like to use the green part of the green onions for decoration, for garnish. So I'll just take a couple at a time. Chop them. Whoops. Try to get them into the pan. Oop, I'm getting a lot of them flying off. I'm going to saute these. Get them nice and hot. And before we started the show, I boiled some Bowtie pasta. So while these are cooking, I'll tell you about the Bowtie pasta. They're really cute. They're very nice. They're very elegant for this meal. I boiled them in about 2 quarts of water. And remember, Bowtie pasta doubles in size. So when you boil the pasta, don't put too much in there because then you're going to have way too much. So I used about a cup and a half of Bowtie pasta, and I strained it after it boiled and run cold water over it. So we're getting our pan nice and hot. Next, I take some mushrooms. And of course, mushrooms are a healthy vegetable. Mushrooms have been studied for a variety of health benefits, fighting cancer, to improving your immune system. They have beta-glucans, which are nutrients in mushrooms. The Chinese have been using mushrooms in Chinese medicine for thousands of years. So mushrooms are a very healthy and wonderful vegetable to be using. I'm going to saute them, using about a cup of them. Getting our pan nice and hot. And the nice thing about mushrooms is that they're also very elegant. They really look nice in a dish. Getting the olive oil sauteing here. Just remember, when you're sauteing, you're just using a little bit of oil at a high heat. And you're making your vegetables jump. So getting these cooked up till they're tender. And next, I'm going to add turkey sausage. So I'm substituting the turkey sausage for any other high-fat meats. This recipe normally has roast beef added to it, high-fat foods. We're substituting here today using some turkey sausage, which is much leaner. It smells so good. There we go. Get that in the pan nice and hot. And once this is nice and hot, I'm going to flambe it with a little bit of ouzo. Now, if you don't have ouzo on hand, you can use a little red wine, red or white wine. It just adds a little added flavor. I happen to have ouzo on hand, which is a Greek liqueur, and it's great for cooking. Oh yeah. Maybe turn down the heat a bit. Now that it's nice and hot, you can flambe the sausage. Oh yeah. To do that. Get it nice and hot. We'll let that cook off. Get it nice and get the sausage nice and golden brown. And heat back up a bit. So the nice thing about this dish is that we're getting all our food groups as well, because I've added our green onions, which are vegetables. I've added mushrooms, which is another type of vegetable. I've added the turkey sausage, which is your protein group, your meat group. Olive oil, which is a healthy fat, which is your oils group. We do need some fat in our diet, but it should be from healthy oils. Then our grains group, of course, is our pasta. That's another part of the healthy eating guidelines. Try to get all your food groups in there. And then I add a little bit of our milk group from our evaporated milk, which I'll be using. I use about a half cup. And that's going to give this a nice creamy flavor, creamy texture, gives it some body and brings everything together. So now that you can see the sausage is getting golden brown and cooked, absorbing all the ouzo. You can add your evaporated milk. Using fat-free. And just stir this for a little bit until it forms a nice sauce, a nice consistency. And I love using these ozeri pans because they cook everything at an even temperature, so that things aren't cooking on one side and then uncooked on the other side. So you're not burning up your pan. Everything is very even. And the nice thing about these pans is they are eco-friendly. They're not giving off a lot of toxins. No aluminum. They're just wonderful. So I enjoy making dishes like this because they're all made in just one pan. They combine all the food groups. They're very economical. If people are watching their money out there, this is a great recipe to make. It's healthy because we're using vegetables. We're using lean meat, such as turkey sausage. And we're just thickening it up a little bit with some evaporated milk to give it some body. And what I like to do now is use the green part of the green onions. The greens are going to give it a little bit more color. Be careful, because you don't want to lose the sauce here. Got to make sure you keep stirring it. It's starting to thicken up, just what we want. And finally, at the end, I'm going to add my Bowtie pasta and show you how this is served. And feel free to check us out also on Facebook. I love getting your friend requests, your email requests for recipes. Now this is thickening up. As you can see, it's making a really nice sauce. And I'll add my Bowtie pasta. About a cup. And letting that absorb the sauce. So good. One pan cooking. Letting the sauce absorb here. Very colorful. Now you can use other vegetables as well if you want to add red and green peppers. That will also work and be colorful. Pea pods. A little chopped garlic as well. I'm warming up the pasta because one of the things I like to do with my pasta is that after I boil it, I like to put it under cold water, because the cold water stops the cooking process, because you don't want your Bowtie pasta to be mushy. So I run it under cold water once it's come to a boil and it's al dente, which means that it's just right. That's a French word. So what I like to do is run it under cold water and then warm it up once again once the dish is being prepared. This is just the right consistency because you don't want it too creamy, and of course you don't want it runny. You want it just right. And this is great for lunch, even for dinner. It's a nice light lunch. Low in calories. And so easy to make because it only takes a few ingredients. And just about ready. I'll take my plate and show you how this looks. I'll give you a close-up of it. And your kitchen smells so good from the mushrooms and all the sauteing. Of course, we flambéed it with ouzo, which is a aromatic liqueur. I want to get all the different food groups. Let you see how elegant this is. And if you want, you can garnish it once again before you serve it with a few more green onions, or you can garnish it with parsley as well, chopped parsley. So good. Looks like something that you would see in a cookbook. We'll give you a close-up of my Bowtie pasta with turkey sausage, green onions, mushrooms, and a creamy sauce. Healthy one too. Make sure to find us on Facebook as well. Check out our other episodes of Eat Right by George. We have episodes with different substitutions, such as banana bread. We've also done Greek omelets. We've done things for the holidays. So we do a lot of recipes. Make sure to come back and check us out. During a lot of the holidays, we show you how to carve a turkey, how to make pumpkin bread. We'll be showing you in the future how to do some summer cooking, like barbecuing the healthy way, because I know with summertime coming, a lot of you out there are going to be barbecuing, but remember that when you're barbecuing, you are producing toxins because you're cooking at such a high heat. So we try to keep our heat at a medium heat. Sometimes people are cooking at a very high heat and producing toxins, which is not very healthy. And another good thing is to remember to marinate your meat before you cook it so that the flame isn't touching the meat directly. At least it has some of the, let's say you're marinating it in olive oil. It has something that's protecting it so that it's not producing toxins and not very good for you. So we'll be showing you some healthy ways to barbecue, some healthy ways to grill. We'll be showing you how to make healthy substitutions. So we have a lot of great shows coming up here on Eat Right by George, Healthy Cooking Show, showing you healthy can be delicious, which many times people think that healthy food is not as tasty, but it actually can be as tasty. And the nice thing about it, as you can see, is that you can get all your food groups and still enjoy what you're eating. So you're getting all your food groups in there and still tasty, low in calories, and very easy to make. As you can see, this didn't take very long to make, and it only took me at the grocery store maybe